What is up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat, and we are here today at the Nerd Castle playing the next episode in Jigxor's Dungeon Dashers. I think the last episode I saw, it's called Creepy Crawly, so let's get on in there and get both creepy and crawly. Although, as I recall, there wasn't any dialogue here at the beginning. Where is everybody at? Okay, so they've started at different reaches of the mark here, so let's jump through some hoops. I'm going to start with these guys because they're a bit more resilient. I don't like how it pops actually in between the two groups alternatively. I wish I could set that to just swap between these two for now because I don't think I'm going to fiddle with the other group until I figure out what's going on here. Let's actually hold down the tab key for a moment. That looks like a pretty good room to get jumped in. But if there's combat, let's find it. And that is an enormous spider. An enormous spider that looks very, very unhappy. I wonder how many AP he has. I'm gonna back off for a moment, just so we can see kind of the breadth of his abilities. These guys, let's go ahead and move them forward. Simultaneous combat. The best kind of combat. Well, maybe. If you're the person that's pincered in the middle, then it might not be so loverly. But we'll take it for now. These little spiders are gonna get the first turn, and they have a lot of AP. Weak. Alright, so we have some very, very early damage done. I don't like to really sustain damage like that early in the level, but I suppose we have no choice. We've already taken it. Spiders are going to get confused, and so we're going to try and blast them down really quickly. I'm going to set myself up for a shot right there, too, just to kind of test how much HP that thing has. Also, it was facing in the opposite direction, so I felt like a critical hit early on might be nice. Over here, we've actually got to handle the remainder of these guys, and we're going to step back a little bit because we got big spiders coming through. Although I don't think they can fit through the doorway, can they? Oh, they can. They allow them to clip. That's funsies. And I actually think he may be able to get to my boat. Yeah, he was, actually. So a big bout of damage there. I wasn't sure how much AP they would have. A little bit of trial and error, unfortunately. Deal some damage really quickly. I'm going to get in here. We're going to pop the W. Ooh, and he's dodgy, too. Although, in my book, all spiders are a little bit dodgy. Let's go ahead and finish that one off. He blew up into a big... Oh, they turn into little spiders. Weak. Super, super weak. Alright, so what I would prefer to do then... Well, they hit really hard, which makes me nervous. Makes me the old nervous. I guess we'll just blast as many of them as we can. Just kill it with fire, since we're in a very precarious situation. Let's get our swing on here and claymore as much as we can. And there we are. They're all down, so that should leave us out of combat at this point. I'm actually going to strike ahead with this group, as I had said before. Let's have a little look-see. Pick up our treasure first and foremost. You don't want to forget the treasure. You've gone through all the trouble to get it, so why leave the lovely goldy bits behind? I was actually a little interested. Maybe in the last mission we missed a chest that was behind a tree or something. So I think that's how I'm going to conduct myself. Do full sweeps behind trees from now on. I don't see anything else in this room. But I am going to walk along the edges that are hidden, just to make sure that there's nothing there. We've got plenty of time to burn anyways. These levels tend to be fairly short, so might as well be thorough. Check behind this tree while we're here. Nothing. Check this too. Because I don't want to miss any more treasure. I feel like I've been letting you guys down as a treasure hound. I feel like my treasure hounding abilities have been very, very lackluster. Got a new encounter. I'm going to have her open fire. And then back off just a tad, because I know these guys don't have a ton of AP. The orc might have a little bit. Not actually going to do anything with them right now. I'm going to try and get my plate mail guy into position, but it doesn't look like he's going to make it. The orc is going to get a turn next after Ryder, and we just have to hope that his AP is insufficient, but looks like it was quite sufficient. God, so much damage for having like half AP. What I've noticed is they cut my AP really, really hard when it comes to like 3 AP strikes, but the enemy, if they have like 2 AP left, they still seem to do pretty much maximum damage. Kind of one of those things that in the bit of fairness makes me kind of sad. Just makes me sad in my adventurer's drawers, but what can you do? I didn't design it, I just have to ride the ride. Let's check this room really quickly. We have to be aware at this point that our archer is very, very injured, which means plate mail is first. no matter what. He's going to check all of our exits here, but actually I think that's pretty much all that they're going to be able to cover for now. I have to swap on over to Ryder and the Mage. So let us do so. Ryder's going to be taking center stage on this one because he's at least a little bit more melee oriented than the other guy. It's like we got a ton of the little spiders in here. I'm going to have him back off rapidly. Knowing what I know about the way, I probably should have put the Mage way back in the corner here just in case. I messed up, but they're all going to have to go around those chests, so we should be alright. Oh, they all still want Ryder. I don't know how the threat is decided here, but they seem to have a strong bit of bigotry against the roguey types. Well, maybe not. I'm going to actually speed up their turn because they're crawling along a little slow for my tastes. Let's actually swap back over to the people who have something to do here. And if he stands still, he can take 3 shots. Let's go ahead and swap back into Ryder. Hopefully he'll be able to pop them like zits, and down they go. Smashing some of the chests open and checking the corners to make sure we're not missing anything here. Looks like there is nothing to be found, so let's be on our merry way. Now that the Mage is finally in a position that I prefer for him to be, we'll check this room, and I think we're going to have to stick with these guys for now. Nothing behind that tree there. And also nothing to be acknowledged in this little spot either. I'm not seeing a whole lot of the teleporty platforms to get everybody regrouped, so I may have to do that by hand. What's going on in there? Okay, so there's a flame that clearly Arden's going to have to manipulate with his manos. So let's get him over here so that he can fondle that flame. And as soon as he gets in here... Come on, Arden, you can do it. I believe in you. It's like, I'm old. I can't make it all the way over. There we go. And luckily we didn't get jumped. Let's go ahead and blow out that fire. And then we'll see what it did. Did it de-electrify that door? It did. It absolutely did. I'm actually going to sit him back here for just a second. And we're going to check this little door over here to see what's going on. Probably just going to get attacked, but it's okay. A little bit of extra combat never mind. A little bit of extra combat probably did kill somebody at some point, so I back off that point. That point does not seem defensible. Ooh, they came in behind me. I suppose I'll slice and dice over here. It does look like Arden's going to get a turn before anything else goes haywire on us. So let's put some fire downfield. Oh, they respawned. Zombies are going to get their turns, but they only get 4 AP, so I don't really see them closing the gap too quickly. Olympic sprinters, they are not. The career is Usain Bolt impersonators, drastically out of their reach. Bit more damage done. That leaves our unfortunate Mage having to play Ducky Doo there and hoping that he kills it off. Luckily, the game of Ducky Doo was won. We were victorious. So let's, I guess, continue with this path. I mean, we can get through with our plate mail guys down there, Sir Jacob and our elfie friend, but I prefer to finish off one of these at a time before heading off to different adventures, although my inclination is that as we get around here, probably going to find ourselves face to face with some sort of stony obstacle or a gate or something of that nature. But until we look, we don't know. Looks like there's some pretty nice treasure in there, but my guess is that they'll jump us with... Ah, we get to regroup here. Alright, so let's get everybody lined up on this door. I bet there's going to be a big combat in here. Or a big bout of the fighting. Conflict. Let me get my Mage down here as well. It's not giving me any of those teleporty pads, alas, because that would have made this level go a lot quicker. Alright, so now that we've wobbled into place. Ah, they're going to get me from there, too. So we've got one of those wizard ladies in here. I'm actually going to focus in this direction while I've got the opportunity to. I wonder if that door... I don't think they can get through doors, so it may be in my best interest just to kind of keep these guys out of the way. But I do want to press the initiative while we've got it. So there's an arrow to the backside. commence screaming and grasping of asses. Grasping your ischial callosities. Yeah, Google that one right there. If you don't know, I've got a monkey class, so essentially this semester I get to do that thing that all seniors get to do where you take like classes you don't really need because you're just trying to burn up time and you're trying to fill out your credits, otherwise they don't send you like your financial aid grants. And so, ischial callosities, I took a monkey class basically just to fill in my credits. A class on the monkeys. And ischial callosities are like the ass pads that some monkeys have that glow brightly in the night to attract females. I don't know what it was that inspired females to be like, that one. I want to hang out with him because he's got a shiny ass, but apparently that's how nature works. I don't question it. I mean, I don't know how shiny my ass is. I try not to look at it because I suppose mine is of the furrier persuasion, and so there's not a whole lot of amazing things to look at back there, so I just kind of ignore it. I hide all the mirrors and so forth. What's going on? Oh, there's our exit. Well, we are actually faced with a problem up here, so let me gather everybody. But anyways, monkey class taught me that ischial callosities are the giant ass pads that some monkeys have, with which to attract their mates to get on with the frisky time. Let's go ahead and get our plate mail guy up front because he has taken the least amount of damage, versus our elf, who is looking just quite battered at this point. People are going to get the wrong idea. We've got 3 males and 1 female, and she shows up battered, talking about falling down some stairs into a dungeon, and everybody's going to blame everybody else in the group. And there it is. Ooh, we've actually got some decisions to make here. Let's consider who still gets a turn. We've got a couple turns to play with. I actually think they'll probably be okay in the back lines. I don't know. Let's make sure they're okay back there. I'm going to get rid of one of these guys and then put him back in the front. Ooh, it double skipped on me. Sometimes what happens, this is one of my big pet peeves with the game, is like if your character runs out of AP is the same time you press enter to skip his turn, it double skips on you. So basically we just skipped Ryder's turn, which is saddening. A little bit maddening. But you know, we'll persevere. As long as we can kill everything that's behind us, I don't really have any major issues. I just don't want to get flanked and spanked. My ischial callosities are not in need of aggressive padding. Let's go ahead and kill this guy really quickly. There we go. So combat now being over, we're going to grab this sexy looking treasure chest. This is a treasure chest that is big pimpin' in the treasure chest world. A new item has been unlocked. Hopefully it'll tell us what it is right now. Leaving me in the dark here in the forest. Check all the edges really quickly. And it's not going to tell me because it doesn't love us like that. Unfortunate. Did I check all these places? I think I checked all the trees over here. Fairly sure I checked that room pretty thoroughly. Yeah, so let's go ahead and we're going to head on out, and I think that's going to end up this mission. So as always, it has been a pleasure to hang out with you guys here at the Nerd Castle again today. Don't jump me as I'm going into the exit, please. Let me make sure there's nothing along the edges of the map here. And if it says that I missed a treasure chest, I really don't want to spend tons of time like checking every single wall as we play through the game, but if I missed another treasure chest here, I may be forced to. Let's find out. No, we got 1 of 1, and so we maxed out that level. We got ourselves a new skill and a new piece of equipment. Let's go ahead and go to the Customize Characters menu to have you guys take a look at what we unlocked. Try and find, we got a new staff, and this one is Varenlock's staff. Its speed is lower. I don't know if speed is what determines like your initiative in combat. Some of these stats are not necessarily explained. Attack, obviously, that probably makes it hurt a lot more. And then action points, I wonder if that lowers his total action points because he's going from 6 to 4. And I didn't have the foresight to look and figure out what his AP was before. I think it was 21, so if in the next level it's 19, we'll know the difference. Which actually begs the question, if he's stationary and he has 21 AP, 3 attacks at 10 versus 2 attacks at 20, no, that still comes out lower. Let's give him Varenlock's staff then. I think that's the only thing we've unlocked aside from a new skill. He's got the next one. Let's see here. Looks like Blood Pact will convert 20 health into 10 action points. Absolutely, that one's going straight in. There's actually like tangible use for that one in multiple cases, so I think I'm going to keep that one in our back pocket. Let me make sure nobody else has anything. Yeah, it looks like we're pretty much wrapped up here. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me in another episode of Jigxor's Dungeon Dashers. As always, the link is down below if the game looks interesting to you. It's a very cool, reminiscent factor. I mean, it's a very cool little game. It definitely like triggers that nostalgia almost instantly. So I think I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and farewell.